to the deck choice video for the next week. This is a repeat deck from a previous week. That probably will be the case going forward. There probably won't be any new deck choice combinations. So it's actually interesting because, you know, sometimes you'll do one deck and then you'll play through the games and you'll be like, you know what, this card was a better choice. And now we actually have the chance to make that change and see if it truly was a better choice. So I think there's a nuance to the repeat decks that is actually kind of interesting. Sorry, I just got creeped out. My Alexa is talking to me, but there's an alarm upstairs. But yeah, so this deck is an interesting one because the last time it was used, it might have, like, the game might have been quite different, right? So if you look at this was from last time. I don't know if Robin has changed since. Is he random or not? The first time we picked him, I don't know. Like, is Classy changed since last time? Is obviously the castle is probably different since last time. Cows might have been different. Poseidon, I think, is different. Dar might have been different. So there might have been a lot of different cards because this one goes back all the way to 2021. I think October or something. So I don't really know the timing on some of these changes, but Classy's fairly new, so I'm sure she wasn't the pick back then for levels, but now she might be. So let's just go through and look at the choices here. We'll go back to the other screen. You can pause on that screen if you need to see it. So first pick. Well, first off, I like to look at an overall view and kind of think about the cards are the main cards, sort of, right? So cows are kind of the main cards. Robin tweak value might be main. Depending on if there's something that can kill him easily, UC is probably a main thing to deal with this slot. I would say then Bar Brady becomes important. The Dar for the Bar Brady would be good. You could Dar cows. You can't Dar the tower. You could Dar the tank, I guess, technically. Dar Classy. So Dar's got a good choices. Other ones. All right. Now we can go through it. So we got Mecha versus Ninju. Typically, Mecha has always been the choice in Team Wars, but he does have less health now. Although it doesn't really matter because there's no fireball or poison or anything like that. But I will say the Ninju potential with the cows is quite scary. But I would say just simply because of this card right here, you wouldn't want to run Ninju because there's a very high likelihood that your Ninja boost is going to get removed by Stan the Great and potentially not get enough value. So I would say, considering that you could mind control an enemy Grand Wizard Cartman ability, you could, mind control a cow to keep him away from you and save the day, mind control Bar Brady right before he dies to get the explosion, and of course mind control the towers that could potentially turn into 2 towers. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the last time this combo was there, it might not have been this exact combo, but the last time in Team Wars it was Mecha versus Tower, I did get that glitch and I got 2 towers right next to his new kid. So I would say Mecha is probably the choice. Bar Brady's going to be the choice because Unholy Combustion is usable on all 3 or both of these slots. So if you pick PC Principal, he's the worst card, but Bar Brady just kind of demands that Unholy potentially, so that can be good. Unholy, I would say, is definitely the choice. There's not really a great mind control target. Dar, like we said, is going to be the choice, but just be careful not to, miss her value. You could potentially lose if you screw her up. So I could see people going Randy because you could screw up Dar. But I would say the best target for Dar would be Bar Brady. So play this slot. If it gets removed, it gets removed. Then play Bar Brady. When Bar Brady's, as soon as you can play it. And there's not really much here that would be able to kill her quick enough. I mean, if Classy's on the Bar Brady, maybe don't try to Dar it because she could burst him real quick, or obviously if it's like a ninja push or something like that. But yeah, I think the Dar is probably gonna be the choice. Unholy's the choice. Oh, and right here, obviously Stand the Great. Even though Poseidon might be better, Stand the Great's the choice. Or has that bounce hasn't hit yet, has it? Or maybe it did, I don't know. This one, I think, depending on levels, I think SWOW might be the choice, simply because if SWOW taunts the cows, they lose their stampede speed. So if you're if you see cows coming, you could probably play her and make them taunt to her, and then they walk slowly. Or if she just happens to be out there, it kind of prevents the cow play. So yeah, I would think, depending on levels, even if you could get her to level 3, you could save some caps by getting her to level 4 only. But she's been out for a while. I think I have her naturally level 3, so might be the choice. But obviously, if you have a lot of caps, you have a lot of stuff, Grand Wizard Cartman could potentially outlive an Unholy depending on the level. So something to think about. On this side, cows are the best choice this week. I mean, if you get the cow Ninju, it's fucking GG, although I don't think Ninju's the choice. There's not anything that really deals with them immediately. Stand the Great slows them down. Barbrady could blow him up, but unlikely. Grand Wizard Cartman kind of stops him. I'd say maybe that would be an argument for Grand Wizard Cartman as well. They damage the cow. He damages the cows, but I think the potential taunt of the cows, I think, is more dangerous, in my opinion. And SWOW is only 5, right? So it's an even trade with the Unholy. Yeah, she's 5 and 6, right? Or is Grand Wizard 6 or is he 5? Yeah, he's 6. Hermes is the choice. Cyborg just isn't the choice, especially a week when Mecha's an option and they could just use the Mecha ability to counter your Cyborg, so that's not good. Over here we have the Butters. I would say Paladin Butters is your go-to. It could potentially stop some big hits from something like Classy or something. Stop the explosion. You could stop Unholy if you're super lucky. So I think that could be interesting. And then if something's got a shield on it, maybe it's an easier Dar target. Then over here, it's actually this is probably the biggest interesting choice in my opinion is the Robin versus the Angel. The last time it was probably Angel. Robin probably was still random, but I mean, Angel can heal 3 people at once, which this week is probably not going to be hard to have 3 people out. She could heal a couple of the cows that are by New Kid. She could heal, Terrence and Phillip. She could heal a lot of people. And there's nothing that really kills her, like, Ink and Blast or anything like that. So she's going to stay back there and stay alive for quite some time, healing people up. So I think Angel is actually going to be the choice because she just simply has a higher ceiling. Robin Tweak has a finite amount of healing. Angel could potentially heal 15 times. Like, there's no real way to kill the backlines this week. The tower, I'd probably have to put it to Staff, honestly, simply because of the chance that you can mind control the Castle Defender and it can fuck you up. I think Castle Defender is really good, but the thing that's good about Castle Defender is building an entire deck with that card in mind. Running Cock Magic, running probably Coop as well, running stuff like that. So I think Staff is going to give more, especially when we have Hermes as well. Staff Hermes can be really impactful. So that's my bet. And also, I just don't like playing the tower. I just feel like it's just kind of boring and doesn't necessarily benefit you that much. But it's probably pretty good, just that extra body. But I don't know if it's worth 5 energy when there's like something like cows, something like Classy. I mean, there's a lot of big units that you can throw at the Staff, and then you can mind control it and win with a glitch. So yeah, I just don't love. I hate the fact that you could get glitched with that card. So that's the reason. That's the biggest reason I wouldn't want to play it. I'd hate to see a loss because someone glitches, right? And then Drone versus Classy. I'd probably say Drone might actually be the better choice for 2 reasons. One, actually Drone against Tower might be pretty good. If you play it right where it starts hitting the robot, They might be able to deal with it pretty well. But no, the robot, a little cheaper cost, which is good. Classy 5 cost with, you know, 2 other 5 cost. The deck's already pretty heavy because you're forced with the cows 5 cost. There's just a lot of heavy cards this week. There's only like what, 1 3 cost fighter that you can play. Yeah, it's just very, very heavy deck this week. That's why I think energy staff might be better. Get extra energy on them. And it's not like they can really punish you. Like, if you just have 10 energy and they play the tower, you could just slam energy into the tower, potentially. Especially with SWOW, where you can, you know, pull everybody to the back of the line or front of the line or whichever it might be. And really impact. Because if you couple the what's it called, the taunt of Classy with the, if like you time it, stagger it with the Stand the Great, do it at the same time or staggered. I guess it would depend on how much health SWOW has. Like if you'd want to do it when they're attacking the other things or when they're attacking her. But yeah, the Stand the Great pairs really well with them. And then, like, you know, if you have SWOW out and you play cows, there's no Satan, you know, there's nothing like that can just instantly deal with the cows. So if you have SWOW out there and she hasn't been removed, which if she's level 3, she probably isn't going to get removed actually, right? And so, because they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to save my Unholy for, you know, the level 7 Bar Brady that's coming or something like that, right? Or, you know, even the Mecha, because Mecha is going to be kind of hard to kill. But yeah, if you have the SWOW out, you could just play the cows, and whatever card they play to defend, you can just, you know, SWOW rush to her and taunt her, and then your cows should be good. I would say, like I said, a good counter to that would be the drone. The drone isn't going to get taunted, and the drone can just sit there blasting the cows from above and not get, you know, stampeded away. But I will say, tower's a maybe pretty good counter to cows. There's a lot of counters to cows actually this week, now that I think about it. I think Terrence and Phillip may be a better choice. Lower the cost a little bit. I could see that. If I was playing this deck, what would I want to play? I'd want the SWOW for sure. Counters the cows. I'd want the Terrence and Phillip, I think. Because you're going to need like you're going to need something with DPS to deal with, you know, one of the tanks. Like you have to kill Bar Brady, or you'll have to kill SWOW, or you'll have to kill Classy, right? So you need something with DPS. There's not a whole lot of other DPS out there. And they survive for a while because they're a 2-shotter, right? So something that's slow and attacking big is going to take 5 shots to kill them. Although they're very shut down by Stand the Great. But they circumvent the Mecha a little bit. The Ninja bolsters them. Honestly, if the cows, I think the cows might attack the castle if you play castle. I can't remember. But if the cows just go straight for New Kid, you play the castle out like in front of New Kid, they have to go like around the castle. And the cows are basically worthless then. So I think you might want to go Terrence and Phillip, because I think everybody's going to be prepared to fuck the cows up and to not lose value from the cows and then counter push into your face. That's always what happens when people play cows. They play it wrong, you just counter push into their face. And because New Kid doesn't reset the bar or reset the field in Team Wars, then they just get easy rolled over. So I would say, if we're going for the numbers, we're going Timmy, Bar Brady, Unholy. I think SWOW is the choice. Part of me thinks if you have the Randy, it limits the value of the Angel because you might heal a cock. So yeah, I'm going to go Dar. Just practice with her. Stand the Great. I think Terrence and Phillip is better. There's too much counters for the cows. Cows are going to be the same. You can just counter. Definitely Hermes. In my opinion, Staff, but we'll probably see a lot of Tower. Paladin. I think Drone is pretty obviously the choice. And then Angel. I would say the choices that we might see differences. We probably will see some Ninjas. We probably won't see any PC Principles. Oh, wait. I should do something different than yeah, we probably won't see any PC Principles. Probably won't see any Mind Controls. We'll probably see some Randys. I could see that. We probably won't see any Poseidons. I hope we don't see any Cyborgs because those are terrible. We'll probably see some Grand Wizards for sure. We might see some Classy, but probably not. I could see some Robin tweaks being picked. Probably not Astro. We probably would see this, and we probably would see this. So there's quite a few that are going to be definitely selected. I would say, so it's this one, this one, this one, this one. Those are going to be cards you probably, oh, hold on, and this one. Those are going to be cards you will see every match, without a doubt. Stampede's so devastating. You went Cyborg? For what? Drone to kill it? I don't know, man. That's a bad pick. I think Cyborg's a bad pick every week. There's no unless the alternative is Furkle, but even then a 2-cost Furkle would probably be better. What would be the only assassin I wouldn't take? Other than none. I would take every single assassin over Cyborg, I think. You can throw a Cyborg right out at Castle and let the Castle destroy the new kid. I mean, that's really banking on that. If they're smart enough, they just put a unit, like if they're quick enough, they just put a unit between them, and then you're kind of probably screwed. But no, I mean, that's a good move, but if that doesn't win you the game, or I mean, if the tower dies and you get in that 10 seconds and you get the tank, it's a pretty good play. But if that doesn't happen, I mean, he comes unmind controlled and then just gets Angel healed to life again, or gets Robin. I mean, really, they could use the tower and then use Robin tweak on the tower like some of those douchebags in Ladder do. TNP or Butters to eat the bullet. Yeah, it would have to be like you'd have to guarantee Cyborg would get hit. You'd have to probably not level Cyborg at all to make sure he dies immediately. Which means I could play cows on top of him and immediately kill him with the Stampede. But yeah, I mean that's a cool move for sure. If somebody gets it's something to be wary of for sure. That's why I that's one of the reasons I wouldn't want to run the tower. So what if the enemy doesn't run tower and you have Cyborg? What then? Now you're fucked. The enemy has Staff and Hermes and you have fucking Cyborg. Good luck. Good fucking luck. Anyway. Appreciate you guys stopping by on YouTube. We're going to continue the stream, so make sure you stop by twitch.tv/Glanzer. Links in the description. Appreciate everybody who watches my YouTube videos. I would appreciate it if you subscribed if you aren't already. I am only like 60 away from my goal, and we are giving away a South Park Phone Destroyer t-shirt when we get to 1,000 subs on YouTube, so make sure you help us out. We will see you on the next one. Every Monday/Tuesday this deck video will come out, so if you want to discuss, get into the comments and we'll figure out the best deck. And if you remember this deck from last time, I'll try to find the week and put the games from that week in the description, but sometimes it's hard to find the exact ones, so Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll see you Tuesday tomorrow for a stream. And peace out, YouTube.